Hey there, it's Ken coming to you from DYC Studios, and boy do I have something fun planned for you guys today. I'm actually going to do a art tutorial on how to create line art using Clip Studio Paint on my XP Pen Artist 24 Pro tablet. How cool is that? But guess what? The fun is not going to stop there. I'm actually going to give away a copy of Clip Studio Paint. That's right, one lucky person will win a copy of Clip Studio Paint to use on his or her own computer. Stay tuned to the end of the video for information on how you can win. Alright, so before we begin with Clip Studio Paint, I thought it'd be kind of fun to go over the calibration settings for the XP Pen Artist 24 Pro, since this is the device that I'm going to be working with. If you're brand new to touchscreen devices, don't be afraid of this. This is a cakewalk, it's super easy. If you've been using touchscreen devices, doesn't matter the brand, then you're going to recognize a lot of this already. So it's super easy, super simple to do. The first thing that we see right here is the pen button settings. So you have the top button and the bottom button. The top button I have for draw and erase to kind of go back and forth. The bottom button I have for right click. Now that's going to benefit me with pretty much every artist app that there is, so that's perfect for me. Below that right here you see the pen pressure sensitivity. I'm pretty happy with the factory default. I didn't really need to go in there yet and adjust that. Who knows, maybe over time I might. Below that we have the mouse mode, and there's no reason for me to adjust this right now. I'm quite happy with where that is, so that's completely fine. We also have the work area settings right there, and again, this works perfectly. I know where I want to draw on and so forth, so there's no reason for me to really go in there and adjust that. If I hit calibrate, then that's where the little points are going to appear, or crosses, and I just click those and so forth and go around. And it doesn't matter whatever touchscreen device that you're using, it's very important to always calibrate your pen and so forth. So you always want to make sure you do that. This way, you see, it lands exactly where I'm tapping on the device. So it doesn't matter, no matter what brand you're doing, always make sure you calibrate it. Okay, so with the display setting, I already have a BenQ PD3220U monitor, so I wanted to match that because I really love that monitor. It's really awesome, but I wanted to match that as best as I could. So I adjusted these just a little bit and so forth. Now, is your settings going to look exactly the same as mine? Maybe not. It just depends on how you want it to look and the overall feel. So this is exactly what I did. I'm happy with it. So I'm just going to click OK. But what's super cool right here is the Express Key settings. Now, what's awesome about the XP Pen Artist 24 Pro is that it comes with 20 buttons and 2 radial dials. So a lot of tablets now don't even come with buttons anymore. They only come with, well, they actually want you to buy remotes. And that's extra money. Who wants that? So I'm really happy that this is really customizable, that it has 20 buttons. It's going to take me a while to learn them all, but I've already started kind of setting them up the way I wanted to and so forth. So here you can see some of the main ones. Like I already chose Shift, Alt, Space, Control S, Control C, Control Alt C, Control Shift C. I have Control O, Control N, Control Shift N, Control E, and Control C. But what I want to do is show you this, how you can do it. This was originally set to F, but I'm changing it right here to Control, whoops, actually, yeah, Control, and then V. So basically, you know, that's going to be, you know, my copy and my paste. So super easy. I will probably dive into this a little bit later and really adjust them. For the dials right now, I have them both set up to scroll. Again, I might go in there later on and change that at some point, but I still have to decide what all I want to do. There's just so many options here, and you know, maybe one will be zoom in and zoom out. That could be what I want to do. So that could be something that I want to do at some point. So it's something for me to think about, and most likely I'll probably do that. Alright, so now that I went through the calibration settings for the XP Pen Artist 24 Pro, I think you'll be able to really understand that and be able to do it for yourself if you end up getting this device. The setup time is like seconds, so to me it's a super easy thing, and I can always export my configurations as well and so forth. So good. Alright, let's dive into Clip Studio Paint. Bam! So we're in Clip Studio Paint and I'm ready to get going. Now I've set my canvas up to be A3. So that's about 11 inches across and then quasi 16 to 17 inches in length. So that's really good. That's really nice. It's a big piece of canvas right there. And I have the DP set up to roughly around 350. So this way I'll have crisp, clean edges. Sorry about that, guys. Now I just gotta upload some pencil art that I did. And that's easy. I'm just gonna go over here to import. And I have it already on my desktop. Let me know if you guys know who this is. All right, I think you guys can guess who this is. So this is D.Va from Overwatch, everybody's favorite gaming hero. So I thought it'd be fun to do D.Va. She's not perfect. Normally I ink my drawings after they're done, but I decided to keep her just as a pencil sketch because I knew I was gonna bring her over into the digital realm and so forth. So I knew that, you know, her figure would be adjusted at some point. Now I want to get her placed on the canvas really good. So I want to make sure she's big. And I'm just going to drop her down a little bit right around here. All right, so she fills the canvas up pretty good, which makes me happy. Because she's just going to be a template, you know, just for something for me to work with, I'm just going to adjust the opacity on this just, you know, about halfway. That way I barely see the lines, and that's perfect. So roughly I got it down to like 53%. And then I'm just going to lock that layer. I'm going to click into this layer. Now there's so many different ways that I could go about doing this line art. I could do it colored line art, but I think I'm just going to do, for this tutorial, we're just going to do black and white at the moment for the line art. So not even going to go into color lines. That's something that I can always do later on if I want to change it. So I am going to be using the G pen, which is something that I think everybody pretty much loves to death here in Clip Studio Paint. So that's going to be awesome. We're going to start working with that, and I'm just going to zoom in on her. And I think the easiest place for me to begin is probably on her hair. And I just love having a 24-inch device because now I have more room. I've used to been working on, you know, anywhere from 12 to 16-inch touchscreen devices, and 24-inch, man, I have more room to play with here. That is super cool. That's why I really love this XP Pen tablet. It's just really nice. So I'm gonna go back into the G Pen. I've already played around with the brush sizes and so forth, so, you know, I can do whatever I like. And as you can see with the XP Pen, it's pretty spot on. And I have my stabilization up to 100, as you can see. So I've kept that, and the anti-aliasing is pretty good as well too. So, and it's interesting, you know, when I'm using touchscreen devices, I try to go as quick as possible. This way, I have the lines, you know, fairly spot on. I'm probably going to zoom in a little bit here. I don't like that one right there. All right, cool. Do I want that or no? See, this is what's cool about, you know, if I want to do a pen sketch, you know, a pencil sketch beforehand, then I already have this kind of thing. So I could have put that little line there, but, you know, it just doesn't really fit, you know, and make me happy. So that's why I always like to do pencil sketches first. I mean, people like to sketch too, you know, on their devices, but I always start in pencil. Oh, I see one little spot right there that I'm just gonna erase. See, you know, I top clicked on my button, easy peasy. Back into pencil mode, and I think I need to zoom out a little bit. Just because I've noticed that, you know, I have better control over my lines when they're smaller. So, to me, zooming out is always good. Just gotta watch my pen. Okay. Alright, now I think I still want to have that little curl right there, because that's really neat. So whoops, might help if I
play to win.
Perfect. That's cool. Sometimes it's good to adjust the brush size because you don't always need it to be so big. Okay, I think I need it to go. Alright, so let's zoom out. That looks nice so far. Whoops, it's my fault. Awesome. So I'm going to do one layer that's going to be completely hair. So I'm just going to rename this right here. And possibly because I might do some other hair layers too, I don't want to limit myself on the name. So it's always good to name your layers, this way you don't get lost. Okie dokie. You know what? I'm not happy with that. I think what I'm going to probably most likely do is I'm going to finish working on the hair. So I'll speed this part of the video up. This way it's not boring for you guys. And then I'll slow it down when I'm about ready to go on the next phase. This way you guys can keep up. Because right now I'm just going to be drawing the lines for the hair. And I think that's not exactly as fun to hear about. So I will speed that up. Sometimes I'll tweak lines, or I might even come back to them later and rework them. There's no such thing as a final line. I might even go back and rework them in the coloring process.
Thanks for the love.
Okay, so now I have the hair done. Now I could always go back in there and adjust things a little bit later on, but it looks pretty nice. So just to show you, this is what we have so far. So she's looking really good. I like that. And the reason, like, you can see that I'm doing this in layers is so I can always go back and erase things. I want to get those perfect curves in there when I'm doing certain things on this. And so that's going to be very important. So I have the hair folder locked. Everything's nice. Now I can start working on other parts of her as well, too. And now I got to debate if I want to keep the G pen going, or what do I want to use next? Because with the face, I need to have like the same kind of curve. I don't really want to do like a curve or a pen that varies in thickness, because that's not going to be important to me. So I might switch over here to marker, and I'm just going to make sure that I have this anti-erased. I want to have the stabilization up really big. And let's just do a test to see if that's what I want to do for the face. Okay. Because I don't feel, you know, that I need to have... Oh, that's too small. Too big. Okay. So the stabilization's on, I have the anti-lacing and so forth like that. So that's going to be perfect. This is going to be like the right thickness for the face, I think. So
Blizzard games? That's so old school. Oh.
okay, that's perfect. Nobody can tell that I did that. So she looks a little bit more smoother now. And most likely, for anything that's kind of like techish, I probably will do a hard line. So with her headphones, I don't think I'm going to do like this really, you know, pressure sensitive line. I think I'm going to stick with the fill in mono pen for the moment. Just because I don't want to overdo it. I want to be able to have it that nice kind of thickness. So just lock that. This way I'm not drawing on the same.
I'm on fire!
Because Overwatch is a team game, I like to play with my headset on, and I'll turn my microphone on too. I've actually met a lot of cool people, and sometimes I even stream just for fun.
A giant gorilla! Just like in those old video games!
Bam! So there we have her hair. That looks really great. Super cool. So as you can see, D.Va is coming along. She's gonna look spectacular. Alright, so I'm just gonna pause the video and I will pick up where I left off in a little bit. Okay, so I took a little bit of a pause. I am back, and we are still working on D.Va. So, let's get started. Where do we leave off? We got her hair, we have her headset. I think the next thing that I want to start doing is maybe her body. I'm going to start doing that in pieces and so forth, because I think that's going to be very important to do. So, again, I am naming my layers and so forth like that. Let's just make sure everything is lined up. So I don't think I have anything in that layer. Ooh, we do, right there. So I need to rename this. That was my bad for not naming this. I am going to call that, I should call it headphones, but I'm calling it earpiece. And since I already have earpiece 1, I have that. So I have my hair layer in a folder right here. As you can see, I can click on that. I have my face line, so the first line right there. I have the main part of her headphones right there. It looks really nice. And I have, whoops, sorry. I have the part that goes over the head. I don't know what I want to call that. Okay, so I have those pieces already, so it's time to start a new layer. It's super simple. And I'm really enjoying working on the Artist 24 Pro. It's just a really amazing device. So, let's see. If we start working on maybe her shoulder pads, that could be nice. And then kind of just work our way in the body. Because I might adjust her chest a little bit too, because I don't feel like, you know, naturally that's like the pose. You know, it just feels like, okay, it needs to, you know, have kind of more of a pull on it. So we'll see when we get there. But I think we'll work on the shoulder pads next. So I'm just going to zoom in. I think I'm going to do this one first because this one's probably the easiest. Maybe I don't want to zoom in all that way. So because, like I said, because I said that's tech, oh, might need to get my smudge glove on. Where's it at? See, this is cool. So the cool thing is XP Pen sends you this nice branded smudge glove right there. So that's super nice. This way you can actually touch your hand on the screen and it doesn't move around and so forth. And the cool thing is I haven't noticed any, like, even when I touch my hand on it, I don't notice any issues and so forth. I really need to also test out like Illustrator and a few other pieces of software just to see what happens. So let's go back to our pens. Let's go to the marker. I already have the marker set up. So why is it not drawing? Because it's on gray. Edit, undo. And I'll probably break this down into pieces too. Okay, let's get that back to black.
It's all about experimentation to make lines look good. And you never know, you might make happy mistakes.
Oh, you know what? That's nice like that, with the outside being a little bit thicker. So maybe I'll come back to this right here because I want to get that curve to her neck later on.
I'm number 1.
Okay. Now the reason I did this is because this way I can have like a nice, you know, kind of straight line and so forth. So, because it has kind of an organic yet edgy feel to the edges. So. Okay, so see how I'm just kind of creating those corners and so forth. So in a way, it's kind of like cheating. I'm just kind of connecting the dots, so to speak. But, you know, this way it's got that nice kind of crisp edge.
I do play D.Va quite often, but I admit I am a Sombra main. You might also find me playing Torbjorn or Symmetra. sometimes I don't mind if my lines aren't so perfect. I mean, nobody's gonna really zoom in to see my little mistakes. Two of my favorite D.Va skins have to be the Wave Racer and the Cruiser. I just like the way they look.
High score for sure.
Okay, so main arm plates, shoulder guard. Okay, so I need to do a layer above that, and that's where I'm going to do these things right here.
Thinking about skins, here's actually a little fact that you might not know. There's a company in Berlin called Airborne Studios, and they've created a lot of the event skins for Overwatch. Pretty cool, right?
You have the little rings in there, looking good. Can't complain. Alright, now we gotta do this side too.
I admit to being an Overwatch junkie. I actually own the visor for Soldier 76, and I might buy a replica of D.Va's gun.
Is this easy mode?
Here we have her shoulder guards. Bam! Looking good. She is coming along. I'm actually happy with this. As long as I don't mess up the face and I can get the body to stay looking nice, then I am okay. Alright. So, we have that. Now I think it's time to get these neck pieces right there. Or we can do this. Maybe we do this right here, because that should be fairly easy. So.
I can't wait to get into the fight.
I'm excited for Overwatch 2 to come out, and I can't wait to play the story modes.
Don't know if I like that or not. It's fine. It's horrible. Horrible! Erase. Okay. Alright. We'll come back to that later on. Okay, so let's just lock everything up. Lock it in place. Okay, so now we want to start doing the body. So that's going to be quite a bit of work. So what I'll mostly likely do is use the G pen maybe, and I think I'm going to speed things up while I'm doing that. That way it's not boring for you guys. This way you guys can see me doing the line art, but this way you're not like going, oh, it's so boring, all he's doing is making lines, make him stop. So, alright, let's get this done.
Defense matrix activated.
I got my XP Pen Artist 24 Pro tablet this summer and I just really love it. Having that ultra big screen, it's just so much fun. The device has really great pressure sensitivity, and that really helps me.
LOL.
Alright, D.Va is looking great. So, boom. You know, I think she looks awesome. The G Pen really gave her some nice curves. What I'm going to do is add the details. So I'm going to speed things up a notch. And then once I get done, I'm going to come back to you guys when we're ready to do the face. So let's get started.
As you can see, she's coming along great. You know, it takes a little while to do an illustration. You just have to have the patience.
Hero.
In an upcoming video, I'll actually walk you through the coloration process. Now, I can either go with her classic skin color, or use one of her rare skins. Or maybe I'll get creative. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What color should I make D.Va in the next video? I usually play D.Va on the Oasis map. I don't know, I just feel like that's a cool map for me to play her. What maps do you like to play D.Va on? It'd be interesting hearing your thoughts.
Fully operational.
I actually thought about ordering the D.Va Figma figure before doing this video because I thought it would be kind of fun to play with the poses and then kind of choose like a pose that I thought would be awesome. But alas, that is a pretty expensive figure. But who knows, maybe I'll get it in the future.
Aw, you shouldn't have. Group up with me.
I was struggling with this gem on her chest right there for some reason. I just wasn't happy with it. It was taking me a while to figure out how I wanted it and so forth. But in the end, it finally worked out, so I'm kind of happy with the way it looks. But, you know, you never know. In the coloring process, I might go back and change it again, too.
Okay, so I have the details done of D.Va. I'm not sure if I want this little line right here though for the neck. It's kind of bugging me. I just put that in there just to have it in there, but let's just go ahead and erase that. So anyways, these are the details for D.Va. The next thing to do is start working on the face. Now the thing that you want to keep in mind when working on faces, especially of women, the more lines you add, the older they look. So because D.Va is fairly young, probably like 20-ish or so, 23 maybe, 25, I don't want to give her a lot of lines that could pass as wrinkles. So that's not good. Now I might do one more thing on the gem right there in the center, just because I want to get that done and get that kind of down pat. Actually, I'm going to leave that the way it is. But just to explain what I did, the reason I kind of have it angled like this is so it kind of looks like, you know, that curve is more natural right there. Okay, so I've done all that fun stuff. I'm going to start working on the face, and again, I think I'm going to use mostly the G pen just so I can get that kind of thickness and fatness and so forth, and kind of get, you know, kind of more depth to her. And then that's going to be cool. Now I might have to move some things around here and there, just depending on how she looks and so forth like that. So my original sketch is only going to serve as a template. So let's dive into this part. It's going to be exciting. Stay tuned. Here we go.
Nerf this!
I illustrate eyes in so many different ways, whether they be more realistic or more kind of campy, comic book like. I actually probably will go back and rework these to some extent. When I get into the coloring portion, I might actually erase the lines around these face marks and so forth. Or maybe I'll make them a dark pink. I don't know. Only time will tell. We'll just have to wait till I get to that part of the illustration.
D.Va looks great, so right now I'm going to build her logo. Yes, that little mad rabbit that we know so much and love. I already have a template up, so now I'm just going to draw that bad boy and get it going. Alright, let's have some fun.
Ultimate ready! Now that's teamwork! All systems checked out.
Okay, so now I'm going to add the logo that I just created. Alright, here we go. Alright, so, and let's hide my lines. Alright, so we have the initial sketch of D.Va. I'm excited. This looks amazing. Now there's a couple other details that I do need to add and so forth like that, but I'm going to do that in the coloring and so forth. So that phase is coming up. So just hang on tight and we'll get to that soon. Hey there, it's Ken, and I just finished D.Va, and man, she is looking lovely. But as I promised, I am giving away a copy of Clip Studio Paint. That's right, one lucky winner will get Clip Studio Paint to use on his or her home computer. Now, you're gonna ask me, how do I win, Ken? That's easy, 3 simple steps. 1, like the video. 2, subscribe to my YouTube channel because I have a couple more videos coming out and a couple more giveaways, and that's gonna be a lot of fun, so don't miss out on that. And number 3, now this is the big one, in the comments below, tell me why you would love to have Clip Studio Paint on your home computer. How would you use it? What would you create? Surprise me, inspire me. Now on October 10th, I'm gonna announce the lucky winner and give them Clip Studio Paint. So stay tuned for that, and as always, happy creating and good luck.